The Steelers are playing their third straight AFC North game on Sunday against the Bengals. And if you look at this game, the Bengals, they've been putting up some points. They've been on the losing end of some games, but they have been putting up some points. T. Higgins was dealing with an injury. He's back and putting up some numbers. Jamar Chase, we all know what Jamar Chase been doing since he's been in the league, putting up big numbers. And Joe Burrow himself has been playing at a high level. So, it's going to be some points scored in this game. So for the Steelers, it's going to be important for the Steelers to come out fast, get a good start, get a jump. You don't want to go shot for Joe Burrow because that's his thing. And the Cincinnati offense is pretty much Joe Burrow, and the receivers, the running game, they don't really rely on that too much. It's just the arm of Joe Burrow, and we all know how Joe Burrow can do. So if you're the Steelers, maybe you use Mike Williams. Maybe this is the game Mike Williams gets some more snaps. Steelers made the trade for Mike Williams from the Jets, and instantly when he came in, the game, he came and won the game with the game winner at the end from a nice pass from Russell Wilson. So maybe in this game you see Mike Williams a little bit more, free up George Pickens a little bit, and get George Pickens going early and often with that deep moon ball, and get that defense backed up and things. And Pat Freiermuth, I know, in order for Mike Williams to get more snaps, that means one of the tight ends have to come off. Arthur Smith been running, the tight ends, multiple tight end sets. Darnell Washington snaps has increased because of that. So the odd man out was Mike Williams, and then Calvin Austin been, in the lineup already, so he's still working his role. So maybe this game, Mike Williams can get going, get in the groove. And the running game is going to be important as well, because the running game neutralizes Joe Burrow. You keep Joe Burrow on the bench, you keep him on the bench and not under center, and then you don't have to worry about him putting up points and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and things like that. And it's easier said than done. You have to go out there and execute, and that's what it's all about, executing. Red zone execution, that's going to be important as well when you get down there. When you're the Steelers, you get to that red zone, you're going to want to have to punch it in, because like I said, points are going to be scored here. So you don't want to come up empty. There may be an incident where you want to go for it on fourth to try to force it. Hey, you got to get it in there, any way possible. You don't want to rely on Boswell in this one, because it may not work out. The previous two games, AFC North games, come down to one possession. You've seen it at the Baltimore Ravens game. The Steelers were able to get the hold from the 2-point conversion, and things blew up the play. And it came down, basically in the Cleveland Browns game, and it wasn't able to get it done. So you see, and both of those are results of slow starts. Both results of slow starts, and you have to pick it up on the end. So now in this game, dealing with Joe Burrow and the caliber play that he has, you can't afford a slow start. But I think the Steelers, dealing with the past couple weeks and everything, I think that defensive line know that they have to set the tone in this game. Defensive line in the trenches, that's where it starts. And I think they know that. They have to get after Joe Burrow, and that way eliminate the time that he has to get to, T. Higgins and them, eliminate the progressions. You want to eliminate him to one read, and don't get to that second or third, because that's when guys can get open and break free, because it's hard to cover those guys for that long, so the less time he has, then there's you don't have to worry about that too often. So, TJ Watt, I know he's going to be fired up for this game after, last game and Myles Garrett saying some things and all that. And I know he's going to want to get back on track and things. Dante Jackson and Joey Porter Jr. is going to have a long day, you know, with those receivers that they have. Corey Trice looks like he's going to be coming back in this game. So if any of those guys, you know, need a breather or something happens, you know, the Steelers don't have to rely on James Pierre, man. James Pierre is a good special teams guy. You know, he could do some things on the special teams end, but on the corner, you know, kind of, you know, iffy. So you can bring you know, bring Corey Trice back into the fold, who's been doing some things before the injury. So this is going to be an AFC North showdown. You know, it's going to be tight like it always is. You throw records out the window when you play, especially when you got Joe Burrow on the helm. You know, this is a must-win game for the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, so when you put that title onto a game, you know, the guys are going to be fired up, you know, and they're going to want to come out and show. And it's just it's sort of a rivalry. It's not as heated as the Ravens or, you know, Browns, but the Steeler Bengal, it's something there. It's something to it. You know, you had the Vontaze Perfect things years ago and all that good stuff. So it's still a little juice, you know, still a little juice there with it, and it's gonna live up to the billing when you have Russell Wilson and Joe Burrow on the helm, and Russell Wilson, I believe, you know, he's gonna be fired up. That was the first thing that they asked about was the red zone issues, you know, and Russell Wilson said, hey, you know, we've been on it. Don't want to give you all the, you know, the spice, all the juice about it, but we've been on it, and I believe he's going to want to come out and punch it in too. You know, maybe use those tight ends in the red zone more. That's more of a thing. You've seen Darnell Washington catch a pass, you know, a nice pass in the end zone earlier this season. So there's two big targets. Pat Freiermuth, you could use them both in a red zone set. You know, the Justin Fields effect. Justin Fields is pretty high in the red zone efficiency. However you want to do it, you know, red zone is going to have to be converted, which I do believe they will do. You know, I don't think the Steelers will have that much. You know, they're not going to struggle all season with the red zone. You know, it's taking some time, and when you're dealing with new quarterbacks, new offensive coordinator, new scheme, new things, you know, and it takes a while for things to gel, you know. And the good thing about the Steelers, or they have been winning games while they're figuring it out, and this game is going to have to come into fruition because it's going to be one of those games. So Steelers, Bengals, AFC North showdown going down on Sunday. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.